Hello and welcome to Zevy's Garage. Today's video is something a bit different. This is a little compilation of footage from about a year and a half to 2 years ago when I broke the original N18 engine out of this thing with 177,000 miles and way too much boost. Thought I lost most of the footage. I found most of it today, and so this is what I'm going to edit together. I'm missing one crucial part which I wish I was able to get, which is the block diagnosis that I had, super in depth. Sadly that footage is gone. I formatted it, but yeah, hopefully you enjoyed the video. Like I said, it's something different. It might run on a bit long, we'll see. If you have any input about anything you see in this video, please let me know in the comments. I'm very curious to see what other people have to say about it. It's all part of the game, especially if you're turning up boost, driving the way I do. Shit's gonna break. It took long enough. I'm surprised it lasted as long as it did with too much boost, and even the tuner told me not to do that, and I did, and it broke eventually. But yeah, enjoy the video. Once again, let me know any feedback or input you have. If you are used to tearing apart engines and have more of a diagnosis than I do, feel free to drop them in the comments. Anyways, enjoy the video.
Really? Seriously? Is that oil or water?
There's oil down there. You see all the oil?
Nah, there's like the oil sprayed.
Like in relation to left or right.
Okay. Here's the bird. Bird.
So the inevitable happens, and we ended up breaking the engine. 177,000 miles, and we believe we have a hole in the block. You can't see on camera right now, but there's a lot of oil everywhere. And
For sure have a crack in the block.
engine went boom, a lot of smoke, a lot of oil.
I was looking to tell you that it's so funny that your engine also like gave up during when my engine was also down.
Do you know what my mom said? She was like, "You're next." I'm like,
Wow.
Yeah, most likely.
that was so mean.
Or then just we found the issue. The spark plug number what? 3?
Number 2
Number 2
is kind of munched.
Went kaput. Can I see? Oh. Aww. It just.
Okay, in we go. And then camera. Oh yeah, look, there's a part of the rod. There's the dowel pin. Not dowel, sorry, the wrist pin.
It went through the piston head?
Oh, that means the head, the piston's probably out the block here.
The piston crack, I mean the piston crown. It went through the piston crown and the piston face and all that shit. What the hell?
Okay. Can you take a picture for me too?
Yeah.
I'll like line up the camera again.
Alright.
Tell me when.
Oh shit, and I'm gonna rotate this.
You don't have a case? This is scary.
I did, but it got oily yesterday and I should just put it back on.
Like,
There we go.
Okay.
See?
It went through the thing.
Yeah.
That's so
Can I see
crazy.
on the board set?
Yeah.
Oh, it died. It went, oh, one on
I
it
just
died.
turned off. You can stop whenever.
Yeah, cylinder number 2. There's metal. There's metal, oil, and there was some coolant in there, right?
Yeah.
It's cooling right here.
There's the nice chocolate milkshake right there. Just
That's gonna be me when we pull out my engine, bro. Right. Oh shit, I slipped. There's some fuel lines that are still connected.
They should be out the way.
Okay, cool. Something is connected here. Yeah, something is connected here.
Who is it?
Is this cable right here? The turbo? Oh no, wait, no, it's not.
Oh, it has to get fed through.
Are there cables in the back that are still connected?
No.
Oh, okay.
There we go.
Alright, ready?
Alright. I put it back. Oh
Wait,
yes.
check. Oh, you got it?
Oh, it's stuck.
Move it.
Wait.
Hold the line.
Ah, it's stuck. We have to go lower.
The head has damage. Oh yeah.
There we go. There we go.
The head's done.
Fuck.
Look at this valve. It's all crooked.
Whoa! Wait, it stopped. Hold on. Okay. Wait. Whoa. It's like that poor car.
Alright. You got a plastic bag at least?
Put on the cardboard.
Okay.
If you're the EPA watching this, just know that we had...
This is a set, and we're not on the street.
Yeah, there's actually no oil in here. This is a prop oil. It's just dyed water. Yeah. And there's actually a catch pan downstream.
Oh, it's the washer something. Damn.
Whoa.
Yeah, they probably didn't help us turn. Honestly, at that higher RPM, it was gonna get damaged anyways.
It's like crunchiness going on. Let's look at the cylinder.
Yeah, let's see if we can find another piston. Ooh. Oh wait, never mind. Ignore the coolant, number 1. That's just from lifting the head.
Whoa, can you see the flashlight?
Oh boy, look at the cylinder walls.
Is that the coolant?
What?
Or oil?
Where?
Here.
This is coolant. You ignore that though. Let's look at number 2.
Let's go in.
Oh, there's dings and there's metal in there too.
Yikes. Was that coolant there before?
So where's the piston?
Just feel around, you know?
This is the piston.
Yeah, these look burnt. Oh, there's metal in all of them. That's terrible.
Oh, you can feel it. Touch the cylinder wall.
I know, it's so gross. I don't even need to touch it.
Oh
I
my
can
gosh,
see.
there's like, oh.
That's a solid at least 1/8 of an inch.
Damn.
I'm gonna pause the video.
And here's the head. You can see our exhaust valves here are munched. I'm sure those valve seats are gone. A lot of contact here on the head. All along here.
Get on your leash, let's go.
This is the inside of my oil pan. I'm at 2012 N18 and 177k on the clock. That does not look healthy at all. Holy moly. Wow. That is incredible. Look at that.
Yeah.
Gold. Look at this, we got our rings and everything in here.
A chicken salad.
Okay, so I have the RPM R300 Turbo torn apart. You can see here, hold on a sec, there is slight damage on the fins here. I don't think you're gonna really be able to see it. Maybe I'll zoom in. So I know these GoPros aren't really made for close-up. I just don't have my other camera with me. But it's been grazed. I'll kind of get closer so you can kind of see the edge. It's kind of been grazed here on the exhaust housing impeller wheel, but mostly good enough. I'm gonna still get it checked to make sure it's balanced and everything. And then the concerning part, all of this, including this part of the piston ring, was all like all these big chunks of the piston and stuff. Was all, you can see there's more in there too. That was all in the exhaust housing of the turbo, which is very concerning. That's not fun. So I'm gonna talk to RPM, see what they say. I know I was not supposed to take it apart. I touched the yellow paint marks. She said you can take off the red, but not the ones with yellow. But I had to do it anyways. I'm not gonna send it off to be inspected. I'll just inspect it myself. And as we can see, there is quite significantly some issues here. Alright, upon shaking it out a bit more, I'm actually get more chunks of metal out. As you guys can see here, not healthy. You don't want that in your turbo. Got this stuff out. I'm a little concerned because up in here, I don't know if you guys can see based off the light, let me fix the light. Right up in here, right there in the upper part right here. Don't think it'll come across on camera, but there's a micro crack there. A little concerned about that. So here is the oil pump and the oil pan and my piston. So as you guys can see here, there is chunks of piston in just about everything in existence. Excellent. So we have the oil pump out of the pan. As you guys can see, there is more chunks of piston here. Amazing. Really, truly spectacular. Get this out of the way. You can see a big piece of piston stuck in the baffle. I also managed to damage, some of the flank pieces managed to damage it. As you guys can see, it's definitely seen better days. This so far is the biggest piece of piston I have. Definitely not super healthy. As you guys can tell, not normal. You're not supposed to have your piston in 1,000 pieces. Like, look at this. These are what is left of my rings amongst that little piece over there that we covered. Oh, actually, take it back. This is the biggest piece of piston here. Dude, it's like playing with rocks. So bringing out my inner child. Here's our safety clips on the sides of the piston, so the wrist pin doesn't move around. It's another part of a ring. One of the oil rings. Dude, it's literally like I'm like hunting for like little dinosaurs or something. I don't know. But oh man. The other one. Oh yeah, and then here's the actual little springy part of the you know, rings. Same thing here. Ew, oily. It's pretty terrible. But, you know, things happen. But just means we'll have to come back with a better form. Definitely didn't expect catastrophic failure like this. I expected it to maybe, oh, this can go back in here. I expected maybe one day I'd have issues with detonation or pre-ignition, but this was quite a catastrophic failure that I did not expect. Okay, so we are in the workbench area. This is piston number 1 from cylinder number 1. Ignore all the chunks of piston on top, that's all from piston number 2. But as you guys can see, I have a little bit of carnage. Sorry, I'm trying to just seal colors. Okay, we'll leave it like that. If I turn it down a little bit. Okay, so I'm not trying to wash out shot. Here, as you guys can see on the skirt of the piston, good amount of scoring. Not catastrophic. You don't really feel it. You barely feel it, but it's not the worst thing ever. I've come across much worse. Same thing over here, but this side is worse. Compression rings are solid. No issue with those. They move as they should. Same thing with oiling rings. So everything on number 1, other than the scoring that has started, I don't know if that's from chunks of piston going in, as it slowed down from braking at approximately 6,500 RPM, roughly. But besides that, everything is pretty good. Nothing else that I can see on this one, unlike some of the others. The rod itself looks pretty straight. If there's any kind of distortion, it's likely because of the GoPro angle, because it is sitting at a slight angle. So if I do this versus this, it might change how it looks a little bit. But to the naked eye, it all looks straight for number 1. Now we will move on to piston and rod number 2. Take a look at this. Oh, a bunch of stuff in the way. Okay, and here we are. Ta-da! Here is piston and rod number 2. As you can tell, there's some slight signs of issues with piston number 2. Not sure if you could tell. The rod itself has a slight bend to it. It's a little bent. It's a little more than a little bent. I'll say that much. It's not terrible. The funny part is one of the undamaged cylinders kind of has more bends. Okay, no damaged cylinder, but you can see there's a bit of bend to it, a little twist. You see it more going this way, like so. But yeah, this rod is bent. So number 2 is bent. The piston is exploderized, as you guys can see. Lots and lots of things. They have part of one of our rings. Part of the oiling ring here. We have the wrist pin like snap ring for the piston. Whatnot. Part of one of our little oiling, not oiling, sorry. Yeah, one of like the little spring bits. Same thing here. Ta-da! But yeah, it's all fun, good stuff. I love when when pistons have catastrophic damage, bro. We'll say, common trend you'll see with this engine is not very many signs of oil varnishing, which is very good. I'm very happy with that, at least, even if everything is catastrophically damaged. Okay, so we have 1, 2, here is piston and rod number 3. Yay, it is intact. You see a little bit of the oil varnishing here. Not too terrible, but there's some. Like I said, I've seen worse from much lower mileage. I've seen some at 100K that look like this, or that look worse than this. So remember, this engine had 177,000 miles on the clock when it broke. Like I said, there's better out there. It's definitely some varnishing, and surprise, surprise, yes or no? Magic 8 Ball. Magic 8 Ball says we are lucky. I thought I had seen a crack, but there is not. It's just a little like oil varnishing pattern here. Moving on to our compression rings. Compression rings are pretty good. The oiling rings pretty good, so that's good. Remember, this is piston number 3. Let's see if we can see. So here you can see some scoring, pretty minor too. You don't really feel it with your nail, and you can see right there. There is a nice little groove right here. Once again, not terrible, but about 3 to 4 days before the engine broke, I did have a broken spark plug, and the tip broke off, probably from running a little lean. Tip broke off, bounced around here, number 3. Yeah, let's see. Camera display keeps turning off. You can kind of see there's a little chip right here, and then up here there's some chips too. Sorry for filming with the GoPro. My other camera is missing once again. I will have to find it. But as you guys can see, yeah, a little bit of fun times with the what do you call it? With the spark plug tip bouncing around. On this one, we don't have any cracks from my understanding. Yeah, no, this is good. Same thing with the rod. The rod appears to be straight. Once again, good. Yeah, this shit is straight. I could go measure it, but don't need to. Okay, cool. Oh, also, I wanted to cover the bearings. We'll go over those in a little bit. So that was number 3. And then we have piston number 4, which on the compression test that I had done 3 to 4 days before it broke, because of the spark plug issue, this one did have the lowest compression, only marginally, but as you guys can see, the second compression ring is pretty much stuck. Like, I can't get it out. So I'm going to see if eventually I can pry that out and measure with the failure gauge in here to see if from heat or whatever, if it got mushed. Same thing, very light scoring here, little scratches, not too bad. Here we have a couple of deeper ones. I do feel that one. Kind of feel these too. Those are definitely apparent. But the first thing I had noticed when I pulled this piston out of the block is right here. Center it more in camera shot. See if I can use the light to my advantage. I can't tell. Right here is a little crack. You follow it up, and it's kind of hard to see, but it comes like all the way up here from what I remember. I think it actually comes to up here. I'm trying to see. Okay, so there's 2 cracks here. You have one runs along the tip of my fingernail here, so right here. And a second one that runs along here to right here. Don't know if this will come across on camera.
I will take better pictures and probably more video clips with my other camera when I can find it. I apparently keep losing all my camera equipment, which is very annoying. So yeah, with this piston, like I said, number 1 ring, it's fine. Yay, more fun stuff. So we've moved on to the cylinder head. I am going to turn up the lighting a little bit. Hopefully that's not me just washing. Oh shit. Okay, hopefully you guys can see pretty well. But as you guys can guess, this is the number 2 cylinder. Number 1 being near the timing case. We're just gonna stick with number 2 for now. That's what we're here to focus on. But as you guys can see, we have some bent valves. Fair amount of damage in here. Machine shop says it could be fixed, but why? There's really no reason when I can just get another head. There's always people in the world who will say, oh, you can fix anything. Well, good news is we're not going to, because we don't need to. It would be nice if this didn't break, but it is what it is. So, yeah, got 2 severely bent valves here. I'm sure it jacked up the valve seat. I can guarantee that. It's just always interesting looking at the damage. It's always interesting taking apart other people's engines, and then when it comes to yours, you're like, damn, this is my shit. Number 3 looks like number 3. I don't know, there's nothing really wrong with it. Same thing with number 4. Number 4 looks pretty good. Number 1, also same deal, nothing really going on here. Everything seems to be pretty good, pretty healthy. So that's it for the back side of the head. We're going to turn it over and start disassembling, both because I wanted to see these valves bent, and then also I want to check, like maybe number 1 or whatever, and see how much restriction there is in terms of head porting for the next engine. I've heard that the N18s are better than the N14s for head restriction. There's not as much restriction, but we'll see. So you guys can see here, here's the head, tiny bit of varnishing over there, but everything else really pretty solid. Not much other varnishing, but pretty good. Okay, as you guys can see, over here on the exhaust side, this is the cylinder, the bent valves. Oop, I just moved the rocker arm. But you shouldn't be able to lift a rocker arm off while, you know, the cam and everything's torqued. So I don't know, the rocker arm kind of stuck. But I shouldn't be able to put it on and off like that. And hence this happened because, or hence the reason you can do this is because of the bent valves. Because the valve being bent is currently shorter than it used to be. Okay, so you guys get to come with me as I have my journey of taking the cam caps off. So I'm curious the condition of the bearing on these. I'm sure they're pretty good, considering everything else has been pretty solid on this engine. But you never know. You know what, before we take all these off, let's just loosen everything. This one yet. Are you guys ready to see the first cam cap to see how healthy it is? Because most of the engines that I take apart, they usually have some wear to them. I should loosen them all more first, but I'm just going to pull the first one here just to see. The one between, or I guess the one on number 2 here. Okay, let's see what we have. Drum roll. Hey, pretty good. That is pretty damn good. Most of these that when I pull them, they're usually scored like pretty bad to the point where you can definitely feel it. But if you look, this is all pretty normal here. This is why I'm sad that the head broke, because this was a very healthy head. Like I said, unless we find something else that proves differently, but it was pretty healthy until it broke, or until the piston broke, and then took the head with it. But our caps are pretty good. Happy about that. At least this one is. The one on the cam here. You know, we'll go to the cam ones directly after. But I'll pull all these caps first, and then we'll see. So I'm just gonna loosely put this back on while we do the others. Okay, pop goes the cam. That was it releasing tension. I was expecting that to happen, that's why I put this one back on, so that it can give some load to help prevent it from popping and just going flying. Okay. As you guys can see down here, there's a gap there, which means the cam lifted. It's fine. I can't spin the extension with the socket because it's too close to the camera to do it by hand. This one I can though. Pretty close to the camera still, but I can make it work. This cap also looks really damn good. Okay, so we have the cam loose, we have the vacuum pump off of the head. And the cam itself, I'm gonna clean just lightly so we can look at the bearing surfaces. So, if you look at the cam, you look here at the surfaces, they're all pretty good. No substantial grooving. Anything is all normal and within spec.
Look, buddy. It's Josie. I'm in here now.
Same thing here. Like, see, all pretty good. You don't really feel anything. Happy with that. Okay. Now I get. Thank you. How's that concha? I feel like it's dry as fuck.
Honey, these conchas weren't good. Were they from the place?
They're from the one place there. They were kind of this time. God damn, this shit is so clean.
Can I sit next to you, buddy? Hi. Hi, baby.
Yeah, if I buy a head, I have to have proof of the caps.
Hmm?
If I buy a head, I have to have proof of the caps and stuff. I'm not gonna buy a shitty head. Okay, quiet on set.
Okay.
Okay, so if you look here at the, let's see if we can use this light. This light's dead. Fuck. If you look here at the head side of the bearing surfaces, quote unquote bearing, it's machined, so there is no technical bearing. So if you score it, you're supposed to get another head. But it's so hard for me to show you guys. Okay, there we go. I can't get the best, maybe I'll try and zoom in, but they're really, really good. Like I said, there's no scoring. Actually really sad this head is damaged because it is really damn healthy. It's amazing for 177,000 miles. I keep talking about the numbers, but you know, in this case, the numbers matter. But once again, we can just lift our hydraulic lifter off. And the rocker arm there, same thing with this one. I mean, they're all going to come out now, but now that there's no cam. I always love installing these rockers because they all stick together. Oh well, I'll show you guys a different time. But the way they just snap into place, very satisfying. So let's pull these two valves out. So we'll start by getting the keepers out. So what I'm doing here, I have the extension, the socket, and a hammer. Normally I'd use a rubber mallet, but in the case of this, I'm using this. And yeah, so let's go for it. Let's try not to lose our keepers, hopefully. Oh, that's sketchy. I do have the valve compressing tool, or the spring compressor tool, but I'm not going to use it right now. As you guys can see, it's coming off there. I'll try and zoom in. Yeah, they're coming out. Okay, we got one out. You guys can see it fell down there. Okay, got the second one out. Okay, so here is our spring. Here's my thumb that's apparently broken through the glove. Here's our keepers. Keep those on the side, hopefully not lose them. I should start collecting these things in a bag. I am going to knock out the second valve over here for cylinder number 2. And then we'll flip over the head and pull out the bent valves. See, they know I'm going to be smacking with the socket. They literally made cutouts for me. It's perfect. It fits right in place. Okay, I have another keeper. Okay, so I have the second valve spring and keeper released. As you guys can see, we have this stuff here. Spring looks decent. I am planning on taking these to the shop to measure the spring stiffness to see if these springs suffered from any kind of fatigue or anything. But this is the fun part. We get to flip over the head and see the carnage. Oh man, they're in there. Let's use our hammer. Not a hammer. What else can I use? Oh, the rubber mallets here. Smart. See, I so smart. Okay, so the only issue is these valves are a little stuck, so we're gonna have to take a little brute force to them. Okay, that should hopefully be good enough there. So now, tip the head over. Oh boy. Oh, I love the side of this. This is thoroughly amazing. It's so bent. Here, come here.
What?
Look at this.
Stay here, buddy. Stay here. No, stay, sit. What?
Look how fucking bent it is. I'll pull them out in a sec for the video.
Stay. Damn.
Okay, back to quiet on set because I'm gonna film.
I coughing.
Are you gonna cough?
No.
Oh. God damn it, you fuck. Okay, so here's mystical cylinder number 2 valves. You don't want your valves to look like this. Oh, lovely. You know, this is amazing. Oh, and this one is just stuck. There we go. Lovely. They won't really stand up. The amusing part is these valves, they don't even want to stand up. This one stands, the other one kind of doesn't. And then also, you can't really tell super easily, but they're also kind of ovaled. Like, the shape is so bent. It's just wild. Same thing with this one. This one's real bad too. So, yeah, that's how our number 2 looks here. Let me see how bad this is. I'm just sad about this head. I know they said it could be fixed if I really want, but I don't know how much that'll be, first off, and second off, I don't want to create issues in the future. So, yeah. Yeah, the seats have seen better days. They're not the worst, but I wouldn't trust the seats. That being said, here on the intake, sorry, this is the exhaust side. Let's check the intake side to see how the restriction is. So let me pull, I guess, the rest of these, and then we'll go to the intake side. It's so quiet in here.
Are you trying to make it seem like I'm being loud with my coughing?
No.
I was fine today too. We didn't finish.
Yeah. It's just these are under a lot of tension, so they pop. Okay, so we have these undone. So You can go do that if you want.
Well, that couldn't be done.
Hold on. So here on the intake side, where it rides the Valvetronic cam, it's a little more wear. Nothing too terrible, but definitely more wear on this one here. We're going to ignore that we just lost all the pieces into the abyss. Okay, so the Valvetronic cam, never mind. I was gonna say it's stuck, it's not stuck. Heh, Nice. So I'm gonna do the same thing on the side. I'm gonna pop out all the keepers and get the valves out, and then we'll check in. Okay, so we have our valves. They all look pretty straight. And the other thing we're looking for is head restriction, in which there's some. Not as bad as N14, but there's definitely some there. Could be better, but could be a heck of a lot worse. Cool. But yeah, that's going to be the end of the head video. We have all our valves lined up here. Nothing really to worry about. I did recent walnut blasting a little bit on these still and whatnot, but they're pretty good for the most part, a little oily. Nothing too terrible. I had certainly seen way worse. But yeah, once again, this is going to be the end of the head video. As you guys can see, it's pretty much all disassembled. I'm going to go through, clean everything up, and maybe I'll document a little more just to see how the actual rest of the head looks, like the face. But for the most part, that'll be it probably for what you guys will see from this head. Here's everything laid out. Well, minus the rest of the intake side for the Valvetronic and such. But just a quick little basic layout of the valves and keepers and retainers and rocker arms and such.
Alright, thank you all for watching this video. Since the filming of that video and those segments, it's been 1.5 years roughly. It has a new engine, it's had the R400, it's built engine now, R400 TS now, and very happy with how it runs, very solid. Takes everything I throw at it. But yeah, if you're watching this and you're thinking about modifying your Mini or driving like a nuisance, just know there's a chance this is going to happen. But also know that these engines can break without all that. So it's always an at-your-risk thing. Have fun with your Minis, everyone. They're always, you only live once, so might as well have fun, alright? Alrighty, take care y'all. See you in the next video.